Just keep your eyes closed. And see the truth of the statements I am sharing with you. Relax and enjoy this. See the truth for yourself. Being with yourself, meditation is instantaneous. Just remember the example I shared with you. If you are listening to what I am speaking, you like it or not, your ears are there. Whether you are aware or not, if you can listen, your ears exist. If you are feeling the cool breeze touching your body, whether you remember or not, your skin is there. If you see something, your eyes must be there behind it. Exactly the same way. The moment you close your eyes, if thoughts are appearing, you have to be the consciousness. To be conscious of the thought, you have to be first the consciousness itself. Long before your eyes see the object, the eyes exist. An object comes to your vision within the range of your eyesight, and it may disappear. Like a sound has a range. But at this moment, everything is quiet for us. It's not because there are no sounds in the surrounding area, but they don't reach us. Your ears exist. It's like a radar. In modern navigation system, if the plane doesn't come within the range, it doesn't catch it. That doesn't mean the radar doesn't exist. Long before the sound reaches you, you are already having your own ears. Same way also, long before a thought appears, you are already one with the awareness. As even seeing the objects, we lose out of our eyes. Listening, we lose sight of our ears and lose ourselves in the sounds and the sights and the touches and the tastes of various kinds. Same way, we lose ourselves in various thoughts, memories of all kinds. Awareness that you are seems to be lost sight of. That is why the teaching is just a reminder. The scriptures, the teacher, do not create the truth or recreate, just remind. Like somebody reminding us about our eyes as we see. So to be yourself, the awareness is instantaneous, immediate. Like the silence outside. A silence instantaneous. I am speaking. You are listening to the sounds. You have to wait for my speech. Don't wait for silence. The waiting is in silence. And please appreciate. In the womb of silence, there are two types of sounds. One, variety over which we have no control. The distant vehicle. The birds. Over that you have absolutely no control. But what you speak, the sound that you produce, you can initiate it, perpetuate, and stop it as you choose. Two types of thoughts within. Memories that flash at random, and thoughts that you choose to initiate. But silence is not our choice. Consciousness, not our choice. Neither you create the silence nor somebody initiates it. Natural, effortless. Awareness, natural, effortless. Thoughts you can initiate, or memories throw it at random. Both you can use. Silence, effortless. But for God's sake, for your sake, don't make them more important than the sounds. You need sounds to communicate. Silence is the foundation. We need thoughts to remember, to communicate. Awareness, substratum. Please see that. And outside, there is no conflict between the silence and the sounds of many kinds. Please see this similarity, the universal principle. Yourself and everything in the universe. Sounds are of various kinds, silence of one kind. And the silence has no resistance to any type of sound happening within it. Your ears listen, report. Your ears do not react. Listener reacts. Same way, there are many varieties of thoughts, memories of million kinds, awareness of one kind. Awareness, yourself doesn't resist or crave a thought. It's the thinker who resists the I thought. That is the habitual reaction. Resistance, craving is a habitual reaction, meaningless reaction. The meaningful reaction is when you use your thought, use your sensation, perceptions, make use of it. And that is not a helpless reaction, but a conscious response. You are being with yourself. So please see within. The moment you are being aware of your thoughts, you cannot lose sight of yourself. And all these thoughts are known as impressions. Vasanas of so many kinds. They are all needed for you to function. Must learn how to use and not to mindlessly dismiss. First, be yourself. Be the self. And that is meditation. You are the meditation. You don't meditate. As I told you, if you watch, if watching is a job, you'll be tired. Watchfulness. If you are meditating, you'll be tired. You are meditation. Like you are struggling to sleep, you are tired. You are the sleep, 7 hours. Absolutely restful. we are trying to sleep, we shall be tired. The sleep overtakes. You attempt to meditate. I, attempting to be a meditator, will be tired, overtaken in meditation, being the self, the awareness. Please see that, be that. Just see that, please. A total insight into your inner universe. Where no thought remains a mystery or unmanageable, including the I thought. Recognize the sounds of all kinds and the silence that is only one of a kind. Using the words, the sounds, and using the silence, like the forms and the formless. So many varieties of forms, mountains, trees, houses, animals, formless space, one of a kind. We need both. The formless to accommodate in and through, forms to use, sounds to communicate, silence the foundation, perception, sensation, thoughts, thinking. To live your life, awareness, immortality. All times, all places, all conditions. As even seeing things, you lose sight of your eyes. Being conscious of all perceptions and thoughts, you have lost sight of ourselves, awareness that we are. It's been a long, long time. Habit is so strong. Impressions very strong. That is why you learn to consciously be with yourself, be the meditation, so that you counteract the habitual errors, habitual behaviors. Nothing to be dismissed, nothing to change, but learning to be conscious and consciously use every thought, every object, as long as the body lasts. The body drops out. you are always with yourself. Om Sarva Vedanta Siddhanta Gocharam Tamagocharam Govindam Paramanandam Sadgurum Pranato Asmiham. You please learn to do it for yourself. So much so that you are no more frightened of, afraid of any thought. You have the capacity to handle any thought and every thought, every idea. And it all happens if you become totally conscious. For a meditative person who wants to be, is one with the meditation itself, for such a student, there is no other fear except forgetfulness. In Narada says in Sanat Sujatiya, this Pramadam vai mrityum bravimi. For a person who is engaged in this, being aware of himself, Pramadam vai mrityum bravimi. Forgetfulness is equated to death. Other things doesn't matter to him, he's far away from everything. That forgetfulness, that becomes like a death. Is forgetting the infinity. Itself is death because suddenly you are one with finite. So watch out. Be very, very conscious. Sometimes in a very, very traditional, orthodox approach, the emphasis is given on huge negation. The world, the family, the relationship, the body, the thoughts of every kind. Because the person wants to be with himself. Today, in our generation, where your sustenance, for your activity, achievement, helping out people are a little more conscious about others. You can't just afford to sit down in one place for the longest time. And engaging yourself in activity does not mean losing sight of yourself. A very orthodox approach will be keep away from everything. That is a misinterpretation. Even Bhagavad Gita, those days, Krishna talking to Arjuna, emphasizes so much in how to act, how to think, not to act or not to think. Bhagavan says, Krishna says very nicely, Partha nasti me kartavyam, trishu lokeshu kinchana. Hey Arjuna, I have nothing to do in this three world because I am already happy with myself. Achieved all that is to be achieved. Kartavyam krutameva. Whatever is to be done, I have done. Nasti me kartavyam. Kartum yogyam nakinchid asti. There is nothing to be done by doing which I will be happy. If you are waiting to do something to be happy, you are miserable if you can't do it. Or by not doing something if you are happy, again you will be miserable if you are forced to do it. Your happiness doesn't depend upon either to do something or not to do something, to see or not to see, to think or not to think. You are as comfortable thinking, that comfortable not thinking. As comfortable seeing, that comfortable not seeing. As comfortable living, that comfortable dying, because you are life itself. So nasti kartavyam, there is nothing to be done by me. Trishu lokeshu kinchana, in past, present, future. At any time I have nothing to do. Varta eva cha karmani. Still I engage myself in all activities. Why is it so? Yadiyaham navarteyam jatu karmani atandrita. Hey Arjuna, if I do not tirelessly act in life, mama vartmanu vartante manushya partha sarvasa. All the human beings, those who look up to me, they shall be misguided. They will not equate that I am happy and therefore I am not acting. They will think I am inactive and therefore happy. So inactivity is visible, wisdom invisible. That is why if a wise man remains inactive, he sends wrong messages. 24 hours active, 365 days. Yet absolutely at rest with himself. So learning how to act, not to act. Learning how to think, not to think. That is why if you say manonasa, which you will see now, vasana kshaya, all thoughts must be removed, everything must go on, nothing you should get involved. It sounds very exciting. You can't do that. Sarira yatrapi che na prasiddhyeta karmana. Hey Arjuna, sarira yatrapi. Even the sustenance of the body will be impossible. Akarmana, if you don't act. And in order to act, you have to think. To think, you must be conscious. So begin with being yourself, the consciousness. Think your thoughts, use it. Perceptions. So many different ways. An artist, painter, musician, thinker, anything you do. Just learn to use it. Be yourself. So now we'll see that, please, learning to handle every thought of yours. Please. Verse number 276, please. Yatha yatha pratyagavasthitam manah tatha tatha munchati vaya vasanam nishesha mokshe sati vasananam Atmanubhuti pratibandha sunya. Atmanubhuti pratibandha sunya. Swatmanyeva sada sthitva. Mano nashyati yoginah. Vasananam kshayaschatah. Swadhyasapanayam guru. Okay, please see that. So Atmanubhuti pratibandha sunya, that is the ultimate. Atma Anubhuti, being yourself. Pratibandha sunya, where there are no obstacles of any kind. There is no forgetfulness, no sansaya, no viparyaya, no doubt, no error. Doubt-free, error-free knowledge about yourself. Because many times you may have doubt-free knowledge, but it can be erroneous. That is why jnanam, knowledge, must be sansaya viparyaya rahita jnanam. Jnanam means knowledge. If any knowledge subject to verification, subject to correction and verification, then that is not knowledge. What you had is ignorance. That is why in an ever-expanding field of relative knowledge, you never reach the finality, because new dimensions discovered, the last one is forgotten. So until you discover the next, this one is true. That is why in the relative knowledge, in the relative world, there is no absolute truth. That is why don't call it as this truth, that truth, Those are all varieties of different dimensions. You call it is a scientific truth nowadays, they say. It's a ever-changing thing. Until the next one is discovered, the last statement is true. In case of Vedanta, about yourself, sansaya viparya rahita. There is no more, it is subject to correction and verification. After infinity, what? After absolute, what? There is nothing. Therefore, it must be free from doubt and error. It's no more subject to correction and verification. You can always verify. That is where comes the challenging. Understanding yourself, challenging yourself. What is this I? Is it the finality? You see for yourself. Just like earth. Sansaya rahita jnanam. Doubt-free knowledge. What is that? Earth is flat. Doubt-free. Twinkle, twinkle, little star. Doubt-free. But erroneous. Why? Subject to correction and verification. Horizon meets. Subject to correction and verification. Same way, I am the body, doubt-free. Dehoham, doubt-free. Erroneous. Why? Subject to correction and verification. Manoham, buddhiyam, doubt-free. And that is ahankar. I, aham karomiti buddhi. I am the mind, dehoham, aham karomi. My mind, my thought. I am the mind, I am the thought. So the I assuming the role, it has to be false. Why? Because if you are assuming the role, you did not have it, you will not have it. Do you understand that point? That is why when the theologies give you a religious role, apart from your secular list of roles, they are condemning you to another identity. Or somebody with a religious practice. I am a meditator, I am a singer, I look at the lights and stars. Giving you another identity. Listen carefully. So the I picking up new identity. There can be excitement for some time. Soon you will be tired. So it looks convincing, just like earth is flat, but subject to correction. See, as long as I is assuming roles, it will be subject to correction and verification. Because we are asking you who you are and not what roles you are playing. So once you see the meaning of the word I, aham pratyaya gochara, finished once for all. After that, yadgyattvana aparam giyam, knowing which nothing else remains to be known. Atmalabhanna paravidyate, there is nothing greater gain than knowing yourself, being yourself, because infinity. So thus having seen it, are you getting that point? Please, sansaya viparya rahita, no more doubt, No more error. You are not afraid of verification. Who is afraid of verification? Who is holding a lie inside. You have told wrong date of birth. When they verify, you are afraid. Why? You are not giving the right information. When you don't give the right information, you are afraid of verification. When you are not sure of yourself, you are afraid of verification. Why? Because you have somehow created a security cocoon. I am PhD, I am managing director, I am the governor, I am the rich man, or I am a renunciate, I am a religious man. Fallen in love with a little cocoon of a security, little identity. And somebody now comes and literally throws you out. It's like disrobing you in public. You are nude, embarrassed, because you don't have clothes. No covering. Imagine you are somebody who doesn't need a cover, Digambara. The space of consciousness, Chidambara. Chit Ambara. Consciousness is the space, and that you are, which nothing can cover. There is no question of your feeling denuded. Feeling new, being nude. There is no question of feeling being covered. Nothing can cover you, nor do you feel deprived. That is yourself. Iti jnanam, absolute conviction. Then what role you should play? You choose. Why are you asking me? Which one you are comfortable? Why are you asking me? You play. I don't. You decide. It doesn't make any difference to me. You be yourself. Thereafter, what role you play? Don't ask. That is why this knowledge is so fantastic. Absolute freedom. When you learn driving from your instructor, does he tell you where all you should drive to in your life? Huh? His job is over when he finished teaching you driving. Where should you go? Don't ask. Don't hit anybody. Bumper to bumper traffic, don't hit anybody. The driver's instruction is over by teaching you driving. Where you should drive, you know. You go. The job of the teacher is over by helping you to know who you are. After that, what shall I do? You choose. Only Gadhe will depend upon whatever my Guru says, I do. Why? The fellow has no brain. The brainless leading the brainless. Oh, I have got 10 donkeys. Whatever I say, they will do. And you have some donkeys. You're lucky to have some donkeys. Understand? How nicely Arjuna asked when Krishna said, hey, I told you these things. Do you understand? Did you understand what I tell you? And what Arjuna says? Yes. Nastamoha, smritir labdha. Delusion is gone. I know myself. I remember myself. Karishya vachanam tava. And like a habitual language. Oh, Guru, teacher, whatever you say, oh God, I will do. Tava vachanam karishye. Whatever you say, I will do. Krishna must be very happy. At last one donkey has come. Whatever he say, he will do. No. What does he say? Bimrisheta daseshena. Hey Arjuna, think it over well. Yatha ichhasi tatha guru. Do as you wish. Don't wait for my instructions. Never take responsibility for somebody's life. You may be feeling very powerful. You shall be in such a trouble, you will not know it. Only when you take over the responsibility, you know what headache it is. Allow the person to grow up. Understand? Help the person to grow up. Happy with himself. Let him do. This is why you understand every one of your thoughts. No doubt, no error. So this is known as the Swatmanubhuti pratibandha sunya. Pratibandha sunya does not mean there are no thoughts, but you don't make any thought an obstacle. Understand that point? Don't say, I have no obstacles because nobody tells me anything, nobody does me anything, I have absolutely nothing. No. Even if people say something, you don't precipitate. When situation comes, you don't convert it to an obstacle. Understand? Even if somebody creates an obstacle, you ignore. Because deep within you know. You cannot lose anything. Okay, the people are doing like somebody is jealous, let him do. Or somebody is doing like, let him, who cares? You are absolutely at rest with yourself. Atmanubhuti pratibandha sunya. To pratibandha sunya, you should have no obstacles. Habitually, what is that? There are no obstacles, everything is removed, so all thoughts are gone. That is silly interpretation. Pratibandha sunya, are you getting that understanding? Please. All the obstacles are removed, so all the thoughts are removed. If you consider thought is an obstacle, you don't need anybody else to create obstacle for you. If you consider interaction with people is an obstacle, you don't need an obstacle for you. Because you have to live with it. You have to live with your body. So body becomes an obstacle. Why? Old age is coming, disease is coming, what else will come? Youth will come. For the physical body, disease will come. Old age will come. Live naturally. You don't have to do anything to be old or diseased. It shall be old and it shall be diseased. Becomes obstacle. Oh, how to get out of the obstacle? Then kill your body. Understand? That line. Nobody creates obstacle for you. You create your own obstacle. When the moment you look up to something as an obstruction, you are destroyed. That is why thinking so clear, okay? Please appreciate. I don't know what else to tell you. You must learn how to, and look at this boy. This fellow. A spider. Now, is he my problem? He jumps onto it. Now he is playing, hanging around. Right? He is on my, where are they? Somewhere he is gone now. Now looking for it, is not there. But when he is on here, no, is he frightening me? I am an idiot. The little spider comes and walks over my body. Does he come to frighten me? He just walks. But that means I am making him an object of my fear, not that he is frightening. Therefore, don't go to the inside the beach and the white shark is coming. That's not an object of fear. I am making it a fear. Get eaten. You are stupid. You must recognize what is what. Absolutely conscious. Okay? Pratibandha sunya. Satmani eva sada stitva mano nasyati yogina. Satmani sada stitva. Always abiding on one's own self, always reveling in one's own self, being with one's own self. Pratibandha sunya. Manaha nasyati. This is the language you have to be watch out. Mano nasyati. The mind is destroyed. Mano nasyati. Mano nasa. Immediate translation will be no thoughts. Hey, look. If you say you have got mastery over your car driving, does it mean you don't have a car? Are you getting that? Do you understand that example? Suppose somebody says he is an ace driver. What does it mean? He doesn't own a car. Car nasa. When you say the person has got mastery over the car, what does it mean? He has a car, he drives it, and he takes it as he wants, not as the car wants. He takes the car for a spin, for a drive, for a ride. The car doesn't take him for a ride. This is mastery. When you say you have the mastery over your mind, does it mean manonasa? There is no mind. Then what are you master over? It thinks that you choose to think. Let the thoughts come, but nothing torments me. A thought comes. I use the thought as I like. This is where you have counteracted the mind. Are you getting that point, please? Previously, thoughts are compulsive. The thought comes and I am completely overwhelmed. Now the thoughts come and I know exactly to do, not to do, or to do what I choose to do. Then the habitual mana is not there. So that type of mana is gone. That's when you say manonasa, that type of reacting mind is dead. The responding mind continues. What brings you pain in life is not the object, the reactions, always. A virus is there, your body reacts heavily to it. If the body can assimilate it, can it be a disease? If the body can assimilate it, it makes it part of the body itself. What disease? Understand? If you can make everything as a part of yourself, Sabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha, the whole existence, that is why Ganapati. You understand Ganapati? The biggest stomach is not obese, eating laddu. You want to manage the whole universe? Swallow it. When you are climbing a mountain, you take one potlam, one small and little food. You may think, oh, I can carry it. Only 100 feet. When you are carrying and walking in the mountain, even a tiny little weight becomes a huge burden. The best way to carry food is inside. Eat it up and walk. The best way to carry in this universe is swallow the universe. And to swallow the universe, how big stomach will need? Ganapati stomach. Ooh. That is such a beautiful symbol. Swallow it and move out in this life. Nothing stands apart. No thought stands apart. This is manonasa. Manonasa does not mean absence of thought. Are you getting that point, please? You must see it very clearly. When you say you have got 4 servants helping you, it does not mean they sit down and don't do anything. Is so? They are working all the time and work as you choose them to work. Manonasa does not mean no thoughts. Thoughts are coming all the time, but you choose. The thoughts do not take you for a ride. Can you function like that? Please. What people try to do in life, and that is why they are disappointed, is they have absolutely no control over their thought, meaning they don't know how to handle their thought, but they want to control every people around. You understand? This is a perversion of the highest order. The person wants to keep every person under control. She is doing like that, he is doing like that, she didn't tell that, he didn't do that, he is saying that. So everybody must be facilitating your wonderful living, right? You must be nuts. You know that? You are walking down. How many shops you are seeing around the hills in that Girivalam? Each one has a shop. And how people are walking as they like. What are they doing? Whatever they want to do. Now suppose you sit down there and you start worrying. Why is he walking that side? Why that man is talking to that girl? Why that girl is talking to that boy? Why that fellow is selling this panagai, some palm fruit? What is this nonsense soup is telling, all rubbish? You shall have a heart attack by the time you finish. You are totally worried about what other people are doing. Completely oblivious to your own reactions. And that is how average man functions in life. Expecting everybody to be flawless, but himself, no problem. If everybody adjusts to my stupidity, I will be very comfortable, isn't it? Are you getting that point, please? If everybody adjusts to my stupidity, how will I feel? Very comfortable. So I insist the other person should be like. That is why if you have to live with an idiot and you have to change according to the expectation of an idiot, you shall be a helplessly condemned person. But suppose you have to adjust to the wise, who is absolutely confident, happy with himself, adjust and see what happens to you, you shall tune up. Because you are tuning up with the absolute. That is why when they say, whatever the teacher says, wise one, not the stupid one. You should do. What does it mean? Tuning up complete. It's like a person in a family, other day one family came. The husband is a very hard-working fellow. Earns a lot of money and keeps track of everything. The wife comes from a village, never had seen or money and all that. So she wants always to spend new money. She wants to spend everything. And her biggest complaint is, husband doesn't give me money. Even though she gets plenty. So both of them have teeth. So naturally they came to me, who is never married, for the advice on marriage. Anyway, wonderful. Because it's a psychology. It has nothing to do with anything. Then he said, I don't know what to do. This lady is like this. The lady says, no, I don't know what to do. That man, I said, all right. Simple thing. Let us say, if you follow your husband's advice, see, he says, spend but not spendthrift. He works hard, he gains it. You spend, you have a comfortable life, but don't be spendthrift. If you follow him, you will have what you want, he will have what you want, both of you will have a good, safe, secured future. Your idea is what? Spend, spend, spend. Money, earning, one. Spending, not only you, but also she. And how will you spend? As you like. Suppose he follows you, where will you go? The whole money is spent, no money comes, always broke. What is your common sense? Who should he follow? That is why if you follow an idiot, considering him as wise man, you are in the hole. Andhenaiva niyamana yathandaha. That is why when you know something right, stubbornly hold on to it. And it must be absolutely right, not selfish righteousness. Not selfish righteousness. Selfish righteousness is dangerous. It is right. Why? Because I say so. Nonsense. If you are absolutely comfortable with yourself, who you are, and your dimension is no selfish dimension, nothing but my sake, it's for everybody. Then tune on to that person and see what your life will be. You shall be tuned into absolute. That is why people don't feel uncomfortable around wise people. Why? The wise man doesn't make anybody feel uncomfortable. So the person thinks now he has been improved. The moment he leaves that place, he is idiot. When you're living, are you getting that? When you're living with a wise person, you think everything is cool. Why? Because he never points out your mistakes. He knows exactly how to adjust and move on. It's like when you are driving, you are playing with your child, you are walking with your child. When you are walking with your child, wherever the baby jumps, you go that way, no? You don't tell the baby, go straight. No, the baby is walking as he wants to walk. He is enjoying his walk. And how does he walk? This way, this way, this way, wherever he walks. And as an adult, what do you do? keep the straight line? No. Wherever he is walking, you walk. So what does the baby think? Absolutely confident. He is walking. Is he walking or is struggling? But the baby feels he is wonderful. Leave it to himself, boom, falls. That is why appreciate, observe yourself. It's very, very important. Don't say manonasa. The thoughts are not there. No. Learning how to handle the thoughts. Swadhyas apanayam guru. That is the last line. It comes up. Swadhyasa apanayam guru. Swadhyasa apanayam guru. Swadhyasa. Your own superimposition, you take away. See that? It doesn't say remove the body, remove the thought. Adhyasa apanayam guru. Imposition, take away. You know, there is a beautiful Sanskrit word called raga. Raga means like. You know what is raga? Shobhana adhyasa. Very beautifully they define. Shobhana adhyasa. You have imposed something interesting in an object which is not there. It's like, this is a flower. Shobhana adhyasa is, oh, it is so beautiful. Ask the cow. Oh, you just eat it up and go. He doesn't care. Right. Same thing, this flower. How is this flower? Oh. Now you say, oh, right? Other fellow say, yuck. It's like a banana. I don't like fruit smell in flowers. There can be some people. You must really smell it. It's so powerful. Wow. Anyway. Somebody say, I don't like it. Now this adhyas, somebody liking, somebody disliking. Is it on flower? Somebody imposes shobhana, beautiful thing on the object, goes towards it. Another imposes wrong thing there, runs away from it. Who is better? Prabhuti is better or nivritti is better? One who is running towards the world is as stupid as is running away from the world, looking for happiness. Happiness is for happiness' sake. Neither you can go for the object, nor you can be afraid of the object. For using, use something, don't use something. That's your choice. That is why you are free. You are a functional individual. You are no more looking for pleasure or pain, excitement or frustrations. You are absolutely comfortable with yourself. Why? Because who you are. So swadhyasa apanayam guru, may you give up this thing. And when you do that, manonasa take place. Meaning the thoughts are there, but no more it has the capacity to pull you. That is why you can see. You see something somewhere, you misunderstand. That is gone, you become again friendly. It's just anywhere you can do that. Anywhere. Even in relation to gods. You mean to say God is haunting you? Giving you guilt? Just take that example. You for no reason, suppose you are having a disease, feeling so helpless. God, if I am cured, I'll give you all the money I have. Because when you are in danger, you can promise anything, no? God, whatever I have, I'll give you. And you got cured. Then problem begins. Does he want all my money? I told him, mistake, that all my gold I'll give. And that day I was coming after the marriage. Everything I'll give. Oh my God. But why God needs so many gold? He has already so much of it. But that doesn't convince you, because you have offered no. Therefore your guilt begins. I am not giving, I am not doing, I am not giving, I am not doing. Your guilt begins. When your guilt begins, anything happens that time, you shall attribute it to not fulfilling your promise. You fell down, I did not give to God, fell down. You got cold, I did not give to God, cold. You go through such a heavy dose of fear and guilt, then you go to, and you are forced to go there. Not only taking your gold, but also compound interest. Because I did not give it, therefore I must do Anga Pradakshina also. When you start rolling, you start vomiting, you start fainting. Why? But you feel very comfortable because you are punishing yourself. You means first place, who wanted gold? God wanted or you offered? You offered. Who did not give it? He did ask you, you didn't give it, or you just promised you didn't give it? You did not give it, so you have the guilt. And who is feeling did he remind you, you didn't give me, you didn't give me, you didn't give me? Did God send any reminder? Nothing. You remind yourself, you have the guilt. We should give you more than gold. Who told you that? God asked for you, you have not given me, therefore give me interest? No. Your mind kills you. Then you go for Anga Pradakshina and faint. Who asked you to faint? God asked you to faint? No. This is what the price you pay for the idiotic faith. You understand? You may say God wanted it? Adhyasa, adhyasa, adhyasa. Imposition. Just think of it. In a personal relationship, you can see that. In a personal relationship, what happens? One person feels committed, other person doesn't have that commitment inside. What happens? See that point? Two people relating, husband, wife, man, woman, girl, boy, boy, friend, anywhere. One feels committed, other has no commitment. How do you feel? The person who feels committed, he goes through every type of horrible emotions. The person who doesn't have commitment, he says, why is he going through that? Are you getting that point? So simple. And traditionally, this guilt of God, who gives you? Think. You did not do anything. Our God will do everything. This is a huge conditioning put into your head in theologies. So God will do this, God will do this, God talk, God will do this, God will do that. So thousands of people come, Appa, I don't have to do anything. God will take care of me, everything. God will take care, God will. And how God will take care? If you do what I tell you to do. You are hooked for your life. And if you don't do it, that gives you fear. Who creates it? God creates it? Or in the name of God, some fool creates it? How many people can think? Understand? That is why you get used to a practice or hold on to an idea, hold on to a concept. No, to be free. There is absolutely no dependence on anything. I am the happiness. Satchidananda Rupoham. Clearly you see that. I am the absolute, there is nothing. Brahmevaham. Aham Brahmasmi, the absolute, infinite consciousness. It's not a statement, not a word, but you see it. So thereby, manonasa. Achha. Then, how do you handle it? He says three qualities. Tamodvabhyam rajasta sattvat sattvam shuddhena nashyati tasma sattvam avastabhye swadhya sapanayam guru. Tamodvabhyam rajas sattvat sattvam shuddhena nasyati tasmat sattvam avastabhye swadhya sapanayam kuru. Now three types of gunas they talk about. Tamo guna, rajo guna, sattva guna. Tamo guna, which is very, very ordinary, commonplace, natural to almost everybody. Effortlessly it comes to everybody. Laziness, lethargy, sleepiness. Should you work for it? Anybody working to be lazy? When you don't work, you are lazy. Are you getting that point? You don't have to work towards... I am developing some tamoguna nowadays. It's necessary to say that. I am trying not to work. Not to work, what should he do? I'm struggling to a failure. You're struggling to a failure. To a failure, just don't do anything, finished. That's enough. What should you do to be a failure? Very working, very hard. It's like telling, I'm struggling to grow old. What? Why do you struggle? Just leave it. Naturally it comes. Tamas is natural to people. That is why if you ask people, give them a choice. Why the children are not given a choice? But given a choice to play and to study, what the child will do? Whatever is more convenient. Some grown-up children, 60, 70-year-old also, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70-year-old grown-up babies are there. You ask them, do whatever you like, whatever convenient they will do. It is so terrible. Whatever is convenient. Do whatever it is. You can work, you can sleep, you can look after the garden, you can look after anything. What shall you do? Effortlessly sleep comes, so. Which is effortless? Being conscious or falling asleep? I am talking to you. Half an hour I was talking in meditation class. My mind is bright, my mind is doing the job for my sake. It's excellent. What you are doing, only you know. Do I know? I am speaking, seeing something clearly and talking it out. What you are doing, only you know. Are you really listening? Seeing it where it comes from? That is yourself? Or whatever is convenient for you. Eyes closed is same. Inside what is happening depends on you. Everybody is same place, quiet morning, eyes closed, body straight. Inside what is happening? You know. If you love to sleep, very nice. And it naturally comes. That is why the Sattva Guna has to be hit by Dvabhyam, Rajas and Sattva. You need to be activated a little. Both we need. From tamas, total laziness, you can't be totally alert. To get out of the laziness, you have to be active for some time. That is why rajas. That is why activity, physical activity. The mental slothfulness leads to physical slothfulness. Mentally, when you are tired, exhausted all the time, that person will like to sleep all the time. Physically also line up. Every time. Anytime you say, what are you doing? Close the door. Why? So that meditating. No? Close the door. What are you doing? He's in his room always. Doing what? What you are doing, who knows? Only you know, no? Just like closed door, behind closed door, what you are doing, only you know. When you close your eyes, what you think, only you know. Just like a house. Door closed. The person who comes and sees, what shall he say? Meditating. Or if you are snoring, he shall say you are sleeping. Some people are caught by snoring. And they morning meditation, snore. Omkar. Effortless Omkar. I don't go heavily on it in case it happens to you. Don't go heavily on it. That is how it has to be. Begins. That is your physical activity. Run a little. Walk a little. Wake yourself up. And you understand why am I tell you not to come at class at 8 o'clock? Not that I am sleeping. I am up by 4:30. But you should also be up. Do something that physically get yourself a little activated. Body needs to be activated. Then mind also opens up. When the mind is opening up, there is a possibility of rajas. Rajas means vikshepa. Projections of every kind. That is why people love to sleep. Why a person loves a sleeping mind? Because no projection. Always sleeping. No projection. So fellow feels very comfortable. With the moment you are activated, your mind gets activated. And when mind is activated, you don't know what to do. So that rajas when comes, sattva. By sattva you counteract it. Sattva is jnana pradana. Sattva is knowledge. So that is where you pick up knowledge as to how to handle the mind. Sattva. Okay. So when you pick up this knowledge, you become very contemplative. You are picking up ideas to handling your mind. Sometimes that sattva itself can be a trap. I know. That should be counteracted by Shuddha Sattva. Shuddha Sattva is pure consciousness, that you are Shuddha Sattva, pure awareness as you are. Te brahmalokeshu parantakale paramrutat parimucyanti sarve. The Shuddha Sattva it comes, no? What is that? Nakarmana na prajaya dhanena tyagena ike brahmattvamanasu parena nakamnitam guayam vibhratate yantatayo visanti vedanta vijnana sunischitartha sannyasa yogat yataya shuddha sattva. Yataya shuddha sattva. Being with themselves, pure awareness, by which you counteract even these informations, knowledge, thoughts of every kind. You are one with the consciousness, knowledge principle, Shuddha Sattva. By that, you counteract everything. So, tamas counteracted by these, sattva and rajas. Rajas counteracted by sattva. Sattva counteracted by Shuddha Sattva, that is being yourself, such a person. Tasmat sattvam avashtabhya swadhyasapanam kuru. Therefore, sattvam avashtabhya, Shuddha Sattvam avashtabhya, being with yourself, atmani stitva, being with yourself, swadhyasapanam guru, your superimposition, that is where you are dragging the sattva, rajas, tamo guna onto yourself. May you do that for yourself. Meaning, learn to live with the guna, not dismiss the guna. You need sattva, you need rajas, you need tamas. Are you getting that? So, nistraigunya, no guna means, does not mean gunas are not there. You are not affected by gunas. Are you getting this? It's a beautiful point, so beautiful. Right. Never have that idea, negate all the gunas are gone. Huh? No. You cannot. Remember that. A master is not the one which without a vehicle. You are with the vehicle, but the vehicle runs as you choose. Body is, but you live with the body as you choose. Thoughts are, but you live with the thoughts that you choose. And who are you? Absolute happiness. So the ahankar, the I thought, what you are using now, it carries the load of infinity. Previously, when the ignorant man was saying I, it was identifying with one thing or other. Now when he says I, it is always the absolute. And picking up a role for certain time. That is why role playing becomes so beautiful. You are always a nice person. In a sense, infinity always. Right? If you have to be sometimes nasty with something also, very nice. Why? The other person's sake, not for your sake. If you have to succumb to other people's tantrums, what's the solution? Get lost. Why? Learn. Very simple. A person must be very, very conscious of himself. Adhyasa panayam guru. Then read. How do I have this attitude? Prarabdham pushyati bapuhu iti nischitya nischalaha dhairyamalamya yatnena swadhyasapanayam guru. Prarabdham pushyati vapuhu iti nischitya nischitah dhairyamalamya yatnena swadhyasapanayam kuru. Okay, no, who? Okay, Guru. It's beautiful language. Underline, please. The first line. Prarabdham pushyati vapuhu. As long as, listen carefully, when you are undergoing these studies, please appreciate, when you are undergoing these studies, this must be your attitude towards your body. After you finish your study, you have a different thing altogether. But as long as when you are undergoing this study, this teacher is talking to teacher is talking to student. He's come to him asking this question, no? So he says, when you are here, prarabdham pushyati vapu iti. That should be your attitude. The prarabdham vapuhu pushyati. Because of the prarabdha, this body is nourished. Prarabdham pushyati. Prarabdha nourishes the body. Because of the prarabdha, certain, maybe a disease comes, health comes, something comes. In spite of my being regulated, this something happens to this body. So you are not unnecessarily worried. You did not even take care of it because experimenting on it. Titiksha, you saw that? Sahanam sarvadukhanam apratikara purvakam chinta vilaparahityam sa titiksha nigadyate. Do you remember? Long back we saw that, no? Sahanam sarvadukhanam. Sahanam, tolerating, living with, sarva dukkha, sarva sukha. The pain as well as the pleasure. Wonderful food is coming, thank God. Useless food is coming, thank God. You don't organize. If it comes, fantastic. Doesn't come. Because you are a student. Are you getting that? Brahmachari. My interest is now to study only myself. Being with myself. Good clothes, fine. No clothes, so what? Food is there, wonderful. No food, how does it matter? That man smiled, wonderful. That fellow frowned, so what? Prarabdham pushyati vapuhu. Because at this moment, I am totally interested in myself. Such a mind only can get the truth. Because if you are worried about the small little things around, your entire attention goes into that. Understand? Once you are aware of yourself, you study, then you decide. Yes, I can accept this, why not more? I can accept that, why not something else? Choice is yours. But before you exercise your choice, are you getting that? You are now studying, contemplating. Always contemplating to be with myself. So what is the body going through? Doesn't matter. Prarabdham pushyati. In Sanskrit, in English, push. Push, no? Push means prarabdham pushyati. No, pushyati means nourishes. No, prarabdha, because of the prarabdham, the body is going. Morning you get up. Do you know what is going to happen throughout the day? Whatever comes, I want it. Without any changing. Why? If it unnecessarily involves time taking away from my contemplation, I don't want. That is why somebody says something, hey, you are an idiot. No time to worry. Why? Morning I have heard Aham Brahmasmi. Hey, you lazy one, you lazy bone, you stupid, you insensitive. I have no time for that. Why? I have already listened. Tad brahma nishkalamaham nacha bhuta sangha brahma tattvamasi bhavayatmani. Are you getting that point? You have no time for listening to anybody. When you come to study, do you come to listen to the teacher or the gardener? You come to listen to the teacher or to the neighbor? You come to listen to the teacher or to cook, auto driver, another man or woman. I am deaf. Only one thing I'm open to, what the teacher says. You are right on. Are you getting that point? You cannot escape this knowledge. But what is the people come, the problem is, you only telling that to me. Now what can I say? You understand this problem? He is talking like that to me. Aha. Now can I say, listen to me, don't do this? Swami is too full of himself. He's telling me to listen to him only and not to the other person. You understand how you can be misunderstood? That is why it is worse job than a mummy. Like a mother taking care of the child. And the mother says, child, get up and eat food. The child thinks mother is the number one enemy. You must eat. The child thinks, why she is worried? Doesn't understand after 2 hours he will be hungry. So he will be pulling down mummy's everything. And what does the mother get out of it? Nothing. This teaching job is like that. Waste of a time. For whom? For the wise man. Because unnecessary. I'm happy with myself. Why should I take responsibility? For what? Suppose I am a wise person. Suppose. Just think of it. When a person is happy with himself, why should he take any responsibility? What is the need? Anywhere he can be happy. Under a tree, inside, digging a hole also okay. Going to the mountain top also okay. 5-star okay, no star also okay. All stars also okay. It doesn't matter. But in doing it for the student's sake, now what the student come to, when they come to the teacher, should they listen to him or listen to anybody else? So when they come and tell, oh, that fellow is talking like that, let him. No, it's so easy to listen. What? Well, that is why the students should be prioritized. What is your priority? Swadhyasa apanayam guru. What other people say, don't worry. Prarabdham pushyati. Beautiful attitude. The prarabdha karma, the morning comes, you don't know how the day will be. The day comes, you don't know how the night will be. You consciously balance your life. Don't overeat, not this. Body sustaining the body. Interested in myself. Okay? Prarabdham pushyati vapuiti nischitya nischitaha. Iti nischitya nischitaha. Nischita. No anxiety. Nischinta. Appa. Iti nischitya. The prarabdham pushyati. It's all because the prarabdha things will happen. It's okay. Now you are not an achiever now, eh? Because you are come to study. Are you getting that? During your study, this is your attitude. Once you finish your studies, you are established in yourself, now you decide. Okay, this is my prarabdha. What prarabdha? 3 prarabdha. Remember, Ichcha, Aniccha, Anyecha. Did I tell you that? Oh boy. Oh, that karma thing is not. Okay. 3 types of prarabdha is there. Ichcha prarabdha, Aniccha prarabdha, Anyecha prarabdha. One is Ichcha prarabdha. Once you understand yourself, now you organize it. Ichcha prarabdha. You choose to initiate something. I am happy with myself. I can happy under a tree, but why not a palace? Choose and work for it. Because palaces don't fall from space. You have to work for it. When you choose, understand, Ichcha prarabdha, you decide to do something. Then you take the responsibility and continue. You don't blame anybody. Acha. Another set of prarabdha is Anyecha prarabdha. You don't want. You are happy with yourself sitting under a tree. Other fellow comes and says, why don't you do this? Why don't you start a institution? Why don't you teach somebody? Why don't you start a school? Why don't you do this? All right. Other people want to do it. Let them do. I will be instrumental. Anyecha prarabdha. Somebody else does it. Why don't you go for a walk? I am going to a mountain. Can you come with me to mountain? Okay. Oh. Anyecha. You have no desire. You don't initiate anything. Anyecha prarabdha. And the last one is Aniccha prarabdha. Neither you want nor others want, like a disease. You don't want a disease for yourself, nor others want you to suffer from a disease. But the disease comes, that also happens. Aniccha prarabdha. So prarabdha, according to 3, are you getting that? It comes to full play only when you appreciate yourself. Prarabdha is already working, but you make full use of it. Only when you are established in yourself, because you are happy with yourself, now you decide. Without your wishing, something happens. Aniccha prarabdha is natural. Aniccha prarabdha, meaning neither you want it, nor others want it. It just comes up. But in that, if you want to change, instead of waiting for suggestions coming or the time unfolding, why not me doing something? Okay, do it. Nothing wrong. Ichha prarabdha. But all these actions, nobody will be affected. Why? Because you are a happy person. Your purpose is not to destroy somebody, always helping somebody. Therefore, by the wish of the wise man, himself blessed already, others are also blessed. So, Ichha prarabdha chooses to take responsibility. And we want that variety people. Not, I am sitting on a retreat. Yes, somebody can be like also. Who are we to say no? Choice is theirs. But a blessing is, as I told you, you are breathing, oxygen mask fallen. You are breathing, and once you breathe, you start helping others. Okay? So do this type of three things. Nischitya, nischita, dhairyam yatnena, dhairyam alambya. That is how you develop enormous patience. Dhairya, dhirasya bhava, dhairya. The wise person, patience, tremendous patience. If a patience can be exhausted, what is the patience? If patience is exhausted, is it patience? Impatience, no. Even after, I am so long patient, 20 years patient, 20, you break it, impatience. Patience means dhairyam. Tolerate the fellow. He's okay, what to do? Until the person himself walks away. Dhairyam alambya. Swadhyasapanayam guru. Thus, being with yourself. Thus, no more imposition on anything. You accept everything as it is, and if you want to choose to initiate something, you are also ready for it. Okay? But always happy with yourself. More of it we shall see in the afternoon. Close your eyes, please.